So on behalf of all of the ADAO volunteers, we want to welcome each of you here, registrants, speakers, honorees, activists, patients from Belgium, Brazil, Canada, England, Germany, and the United States. Today, legendary experts will share collectively more than 300 years of knowledge in just one day. And 6 years ago, ADAO began in the halls of Congress. And during these past years, we've had the honor and the opportunity to travel around the world, increasing and raising awareness. But most meaningfully, we've also been able to touch many of the hearts of patients and families in the room today and work with leading healthcare specialists to raise awareness. Now, today we have a diverse group of participants. We have folks from labor, the medical industry, scientists. We have also patients and nonprofit organizations and trial attorneys from both sides of the aisle, plaintiff and defense, all coming together. This conference wouldn't be possible without the partnerships and sponsorships, and we'd like to recognize the Barbara Ann Karmanos Institute as a partner, as well as the International Ban Asbestos Secretariat from the UK. Conference doesn't take place on its own. It is our speakers today who generously donate their time, their travel expenses to make this conference happen. And although this room appears to be small and intimate, I want you to recognize there are hundreds more people that are unable to come today due to either geographical differences or financial problems. And by our videotaping, we're able to share this information around the world. This list is impressive. These individuals have written papers, books, testified, do groundbreaking research. These are the experts. And then around noon, we have a great honor and opportunity to bestow awards for these individuals for all of the work that they have done to raise awareness, treat patients, and make a difference. And we are delighted to tell you that Senator Durbin will be coming in person to accept his award, which is quite a tribute to each of you here today. We are proud to introduce Jordan Barab, who is the Deputy Assistant Secretary to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, who flew in last night from DC to deliver our keynote. I hope that you each go to Mr. Barab and thank him personally for coming, because it is spectacular when folks from the administration and Congress recognize that volunteers and public health advocates come together and support our work in words and time. Now, everything we do, unfortunately, takes dollars, and we couldn't do this alone. ADAO remains the largest independent asbestos organization in the United States, and our sponsorships enable us to go forward not just today, but also when we travel to Washington to educate members of Congress and at other conferences. And I would really like you all to recognize and join ADAO in thanking our platinum, gold, silver, and bronze sponsors for their donations today. And you'll see everyone with name badges outside. You can probably note a sponsor. And I would ask the attendees to also thank the sponsors. It's a fine line with asbestos organizations, because oftentimes it's thought more in the litigation field than education. But at ADAO, we really pride ourselves with being educators, and that's our sole purpose. Now, that's a very long list, and that list is also very important. ADAO committee works for over a year, and Bonnie Diana, back in the yellow shirt, is the chairperson for this event. And I would really like all of the ADAO volunteers to raise their hand or stand so that the folks around at the tables can recognize all of you in case they need assistance. So we have Bonnie and Marilyn and Josh and Caitlin and Jess and Sherry. So if you need something, please don't hesitate to let us know. Jordan Zevon, for those of you who may have missed last night, it was spectacular, fun, and really took us out of the realm of medicine and science. And Jordan Zevon and Jordan Summers performed last night for about 45 minutes. If you did miss it, you can check online to the videotape because it will be there when in a couple of weeks you can go back and listen. Most importantly, the Senate resolution that we've done now for the last 6 years is incredibly important to ADAO, and it is thanks to the Senate who recognizes that asbestos is an ongoing problem by unanimously passing this resolution. It may just look like a lot of gobbledygook on that screen, but when you get closer in your program also, you can see the text language. Every whereas fact is what we as professionals and patients know as the truth. This is entered into the congressional record, and most importantly, last year, the Senate urged the Surgeon General to issue a warning, which is also in your program. I invite you to take a look. And indeed, the Surgeon General issued a warning also stating that there's no safe level of exposure. All 6 fibers can cause death, and also to obviously embrace common practice for prevention. It's an important statement. It's the first time it's ever been done, and ADAO is very proud that the Senate supports our work by passing this resolution. Okay, it's fun. It's not just my daughter's room anymore. This stuff really works. ADAO has been using social media to leverage and increase awareness, and we're going to do that thing that most of us are going to go, what? We actually have a hashtag for ADAO, so for those of you who have never done it, we invite you to learn, and for those of you who do, back-channeling communications, pull out your phones, just silence them first, and the hashtag is going to be, it's a hashtag, it's the number sign, ADAO, ORD. If you need other information, Doug Larkin in the back can also help you. The photos from today will be on Flickr as well. So we encourage and invite you to help spread the news of the conference around. Tiny bit of housekeeping. It's pretty clear. We have 4 30-minute Q&As listed in the program. We do encourage you to read the speaker bios because due to time, we don't read bios for all of our illustrious speakers. We just don't have the time. By no means do we negate their success and accomplishments, but we do invite you to look at the bios in advance of their presentation. Silence your cell phones. I'm probably the worst at that, so take a look now just to remind yourself that you did indeed do that. And lunch next door is going to be at 12:50, so you don't have to walk far to join us for a fabulous lunch. If you find yourself available tomorrow morning, we have a Unity and Remembrance brunch. It's not only cathartic, but it is a binding experience that really makes all of us, both in the professional and patient community, come together to recommit to banning asbestos, comforting each other, and raising awareness. And if you do want to attend, please just look for Jessica outside who can add your name to the list. So, go ahead, save the date. We'll be in Atlanta next year for our 7th annual, joining the CDC, some of the other wonderful organizations in Georgia. So we hope that you put a little save the date sticker on your bags now so you can prepare for that. We keep to tight timing, and especially since Senator Durbin is coming today, so I will ask that all speakers be mindful of their allotted amount. We have Caitlin and Malcolm in the front who will flash cards to help you to be mindful of your timing. And we look forward to having an absolutely fabulous day of knowledge, because we do know that knowledge is far stronger than asbestos. I'd like to turn this opportunity over to our partners and our 2 Science Advisory Board co-chair members here, Dr. Arthur Frank and Dr. Richard Limmerman, who will actually speak a bit about their individual sessions that they are chairing, and then we'll start the conference. Welcome, and thank you.